Hi, welcome to SerpentSong, to Annapurna Gardens at SerpentSong Sanctuary. I'm so glad you're here. I would like to extend an invitation to you. So this is not only a short-term invitation for today, but actually a longer-term invitation. So come on into the garden and let's talk. So this is SerpentSong Annapurna Garden. And this is a 5-year endeavor. We've been working on this for the last 5 years, and I have to say that this is the first year that it's really been this luscious. It's so amazing. And I would like to invite you to not only tour the garden today, but for a longer term vision to come with me on the journey of fleshing out not only this garden, but other projects that we've got going on here. I don't know where you are in time right now, but at this point in time, we're late August of 2020, and you know what's happening this year. It's been crazy. There's so much change going on. Our initial vision for this place was as a place for community to gather, to bring in amazing teachers to facilitate workshops, and for people to meditate and do yoga and eat all of the amazing food that we're growing here. And right now, that's come to a complete dead halt. What I'm doing, what's really keeping me sane, and also what I feel is my little piece of activism in this time, is to continue to work toward that vision. Because I really want to see a world where we're all coming together and we're singing and we're cooking and we're learning and we're growing and we're enjoying one another's company, close up and personal once again. So until then, I want you to help me to make this into that space that will embrace that future with open arms. So for the short term today, we're just gonna dive into the garden as it is in this moment. All right, so I want to welcome you first to this beautiful mandala. We have our little heart-shaped flower bed here, and this has also got some medicinal stuff going on. We've got some lemongrass, we've got some echinaceas, we've got some licorice growing down in here. If you want to get in really close, you can see that beauty. And everything's super happy. The echinacea is about done, unfortunately. It was really gorgeous. Yeah. And then behind it, we've got the comfreys and the yarrow, and just lots of beauty and function. And that's really what we're all about here, beauty and function. We've got our crescent moon beds that are just kind of snuggling against this beautiful medicine wheel center with the golden globe of vision right in the very center. And that's really holding our vision for SerpentSong here. That was my symbolism in putting this globe here. We got carrots, we've got rutabagas, we've got beautiful, I mean, these things are just amazing. You gotta come over here and get into this, because these beets, these Chioggia beets, we just planted these in July, early July, and it's late August, and we're already getting a nice little beet going on there. Yeah, we got parsnips came up like crazy. Salads and herbs and onions and radishes and just so much goodness, all waiting to be shared with you. Actually, I just can't wait until that day. So these little trees that you see, this is a goodie for future times. These are all our fruit trees that are going into the orchard that you and I are going to build together. I'm looking forward to hearing your comments as well, and that's where you can make suggestions to me on maybe some things you'd like to see happening here. Some hints or tips that you might have for me as I share my hints and tips with you. So this is Annapurna Hugel, and the Hugel is it's kind of like a earth lasagna. It's got wood, it's got composts of different type, green, hot, and woody, cooler composts, all topped with soil into a big mound. And we've got beautiful flowering plants to just add some texture, some color to what we've got going on here. We got artichokes and peppers and pickling cucumbers. And oh, come here and look at this. I found this yesterday. We've got a watermelon. It's a little small. We've never been super successful with watermelon. We're up in the Pacific Northwest, so this has been a pretty cool summer overall. But I can always hope, right? And then we've got some salad cucumbers in here. Yeah, this one's starting to produce. I planted this one a little bit later so we'd have succession of cucumbers. Let's see. Ah, the cabbage patch. Luscious. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Look at these cabbage heads, and they're really firming up nicely. It's a beautiful firm head. A little small, but this is the first year. I just finished this Hugel this year. Had a lot of help from a lot of friends. You know who you are, and thank you very much for coming out and helping when we were still able to do that together. So I had to finish it up by myself this year, and you know, everything is still kind of cooking, so the nutrients aren't as available as they will be. You can see in the older Hugels here where I've got, oh hi, look, a serpent. There's SerpentSong Sanctuary. I don't know if you got that, but they're all over the place here. So here the, oh yeah, there he is. The older cabbages, you know, they're a lot bigger and more lush in the older Hugels because there's a lot more stuff available for them. We've got Malabar spinach, and again the good pickling cucumbers. So that's Annapurna Hugel, and there's a lot. You'll notice. Oh, and there's Robbie in the garden, getting himself a little scratch. No fleas, I promise. This is Robbie. Yes, this is our guardian dog. Yes, he's a good boy. That's my sweet boy. All right, so this is Annapurna Hugel. We got the corn patch. These are some no-dig beds that I put in this year as well. Super simple. We'll be doing some no-dig technology when we move up into the upper field up here that we've got. We're preparing for the orchard, so we'll be doing some trees, some no-dig beds, hoop house build, all kinds of neat things in store for you. All right, but the corn's doing great. We're kind of going backwards in the garden, but that's okay. This is Shri. Shri was a Hugel that was as tall as Annapurna when we built her. And this was done in community. So many people came over and helped us with this build. It was so much fun. We feasted, we worked, we sang, we played together. I can't wait for those days to come back. Yes. So on Shri we have rhubarb, we've got more pickling cucumbers. This one's almost done. I've got so many jars of pickles right now, it's crazy. Kind of tucked up in there is an oregano that's gone to flower. There's beans on the other side. There are hollyhocks growing with the beans. They're just gorgeous. I've got basil here, basil there, calendula. We've got some soyulong cucumbers, and we've got more pickling cucumbers on this side. This is called 1,000 head kale. Look how gorgeous that is. Look at the sun with the water droplets. It's so nourishing to come into the garden and just feel the reciprocity of the earth giving back as we're giving to her, you know. There's a little lemon balm here that I've cut back. And then here's my second succession coming up of peas and beans. These are purple peas and purple beans. Somebody's happy. Hey, watch out. No, hey, Robbie. Ravi. He knows better than to run in the garden. Hey, stop. He wants to go for a walk. See? He heard the word. All right. So this is Shri right now. Hey, Ravi, slow down. Stop. No. Okay, that'll be edited out. All right. Now, the next Hugel we have is Mata, and Mata was done a little bit differently than Shri. Shri, the base logs, the big logs at the very base, were laying down, and for Mata, we stood them up on end. And I think Mata's actually held up a little bit better. They're both 3 years old. Both of these. We did these 3 years ago. So here we have some beautiful black Curm tomatoes, and they are coming in. I'm a little concerned about the tomatoes. Up here in our climate, it's a little chilly for tomatoes. So without a polytunnel or a hoop house or a greenhouse, I end up with a lot of green tomatoes at the end of the year. So I have to let them ripen on the shelf, which is not ideal to me. I like that fresh off the vine ripeness. So hoop house, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Here are the Hungarian hearts. Look at that gorgeousness. Isn't that pretty? It does. It looks like a human heart. Yeah. And then back there are some, it's a red heirloom. I forget what type. Yeah. Beautiful. And these are really pretty. I love these. So this is a Brad's Atomic Grape Tomato. And they actually get these really pretty striations of color. I don't know if you can really see that. These are not quite ready, so the reds aren't popping just yet. Hopefully they ripen. All right. So this area was all potatoes, and it's waiting for the second succession of planting that I have got in a friend of mine's greenhouse right now. Right down the street. All right. And then these guys kind of got stressed. So you can tell, you can see when a plant is stressed, the insects really feel that, and they just dive in and go to town. So the potatoes were really shading these out and starving them of sun. They didn't get a lot of sun in their early growth. And the slugs, yeah, slugs and the white moths, the cabbage moths, right? But look at these. These are so pretty. These Savoys. Yeah, they're nice. All right, and then let's see. We've got some kales. So this is Tranchuta. It's the last of the Tranchuta. I am so surprised this guy's still going. This is from 2 years ago. And it's still going. The rest of them all bolted. That one hung on. And then we've got the curly kale and the dino kale back here. Yeah, just such gorgeousness. All right, so that's Mata. And then let's go to Jaya. So Jaya was the very first Hugel we did. And Jaya was, we actually learned a lot from Jaya. Jaya was a learning experience. Jaya, we started with a 3-foot deep trench, and we started putting wood into that, and it was crazy. It took so much wood and so much material. I thought it was never going to fill up. And to actually build a mound, it was like, that was not going to happen. So we ended up with kind of, I guess she came up to about right here, but she sunk quite a bit at this point. So this was beautiful 1,000-head basil, but the slugs, I was so upset when I walked in this morning, or yesterday, because the slugs found it. Which is something that you're going to deal with. You're going to deal with nature when you're in the garden. There's going to be adversity. And I see my garden as really an analogy to life. There's just so much that happens that mirrors what's happening in my life personally, and in the greater world, you know? I mean, there's constant change, there's constant growth. Things need to shift. Everybody needs room, and everybody needs nourishment, and everybody needs light, right? To varying degrees and in different ways. So we honor that with our different plants in the garden. Why can't we honor that with one another? Okay, so there's tarragon over there, the gorgeous dahlia that's almost done, but she's still putting out some glory. And then we've got our beautiful celeries that are really happy. They seem to be doing really well this year. And I love to juice celery, so got a couple peppers that are kind of doing some stuff. Yeah, there's some. Yeah, I've already harvested a few, but it looks like they've got a few flowers, and they're gonna give us some more. And the ginger, and the ginger, the ginger. Yeah. Oh, it smells so good. I wish you could smell this. Yeah. Oh man. Wow. Ginger love. All right. These are Celtis or Celtis, and I'm letting them go to seed because they will volunteer next year. So I'm just letting that happen, and then I'll go ahead and get those out of the way. Got some chard over there. These massive marigolds that I didn't realize were getting. Most marigolds I planted before I never got this big, but these are going crazy. The slugs happen to love these too, unfortunately. And then, oh, come on over here, because I usually don't walk on the Hugel, but I found out from the no-dig guy, Charles Scouting, that compacting the soil a little bit actually isn't bad for your plants. It gives the roots something more substantial to hold on to. Check this little guy out. Let me see if I can move that out. We got eggplants. We got eggplants. And they tend to wait until August to come in. All right, so again, we have more open space ready for the plants that I have growing right now, feeding, or the seedlings that I have planted indoors under lights to transplant my winter garden into, our winter garden, because you are a part of this. And then these are sweet potatoes. So this is kind of an experiment, just seeing where they would do well and what they would do, and they seem to be pretty happy. And then we have our resident horsetail, which is a fact of life here, unfortunately. All right, welcome to the squash extravaganza, for lack of a better term. So check out these guys. For the Hubbards, and this is a Hubbard squash right here. This is a smallish one, actually. This one. Oh boy, that thing's huge. Look at the size. So that'll feed several people for a few meals. And these are Gete okosamine, and they are a 3,000-year-old varietal. They found seeds in Minnesota in a clay pot in Indian ruins. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the story. And the seeds were viable. So that is from that strain. Rosemary here, some Solomon seal, some lavender. So nice. I wish you could smell this. It's amazing. All right, and there's a Hubbard that was hanging off the fence, so I had to give it a little bit of support. And what else is in there? Oh, the kabocha. See the kabocha? Right there. Yeah. So much beauty, so much abundance. We just have to remember that that exists out here in the world. It's all still here. It's all waiting for us. And we can create this, but if we don't have the means or the resources to create it, then know that myself and I'm sure many other people out there, there are those of us who are creating it for you so that you can come and enjoy that. Because there's also those of us out there in the world who are doing other work and need to do other work in order to bring about the world that we all envision together. And I just want you to know that I'm here as a place to come back to come home to rest, regenerate, rejuvenate yourself, revitalize yourself so that you can go back out and do the work. This exists for you. All right, and then finally the back fence has the incredible sun choke that just went nuts this year. More comfrey, a few more decorative things, some calendula, some pink malva back over there. Yeah, our leeks are coming in. There's only a few. They kind of, yeah, I think most of them got pulled at some point by accident, but no big deal. There's always more where that came from. And then we've got this gorgeous sage patch and our strawberries. So with one very confused strawberry plant. And this is our compost pile. So this is where the magic happens. When we create healthy soil, when we help to establish intact mycelial networks and breathing, living earth that harbors all kinds of good bacterias and insects that are beneficial and all the good juicy nutrients that our plants need. We're not only creating an environment that is nourishing the plants and thereby in turn nourishing us, but we're also creating healthy carbon sinks to help mitigate a lot of this climate change that we're perpetuating as a species. So yeah, the more active we can get in making healthy soil, I think that's really going to the basics, to the root of it all. This is a 3-stage pallet system that I built. This one is cooking right now. It's about done with this stage of its work. In another month, I will turn it into this bed one time. It's been cooking since late, maybe longer, maybe since June, I think I put it in here. And some of this was already composting in my compost pile that I had over there. I moved it all over. So I'll turn it once in October, and then in December I will use it to top off all of my hugels and beds as much as I can cover with what I've got here. This I'll fill up, and once it's full I'll let it cook for a couple months, 3 months, and then I'll turn it into the central bed, which will be empty by then. All the while I'll be filling this one again. So it's kind of a just back and forth process. And we'll be building together another one up in the upper orchard. So that's it for our visit today. I'm so glad you came. You can look forward to future videos on gardening and cooking, and as we build out the infrastructure, we'll do some stuff in the yoga studio and just all kinds of neat stuff. I also want to take you on a few road trips. We'll take you to some of my friends' places to see what they've got going on in their gardens. If you've got a garden, maybe you want to tell me about it. And who knows, we might come visit you. Until then, until I see you again, I want you to be nourished, be inspired, and be transformed. That's all for now.